Oh, okay, you want me to do that? Hey, Rona, you want to come and sing? Shalom Aleichem? Why not? There's always strength in numbers. Shalom Aleichem. We're going to start with Shalom Aleichem. It's on 142. And please forgive us because this is a cappella because we have no music with us. So anyway, so please sing along.
Okay, sing along.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzorchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedhem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Rona.
And I'll leave that.
Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos to everyone. Gordon is out of town this weekend, so I have the great good fortune of being able to lead services with Roberta, who has graciously offered to sing with us tonight, and thank you, Rona. Roberta may invite you up again. I'm not quite sure what her plans are, but thank you. I know this was an eventful week in the news, particularly with regard to Israel. 2 assassinations, one of a major figure in Hezbollah in Lebanon, and another, the political leader of Hamas in Iran. And all of us, of course, are concerned about the possibility of a wider war, and we continue to hope for peace, and we continue to hope for resolution to the current conflict. Also, as I think most, if not all of you know, we've had yet another incident of anti-Semitism here in Napa. On Monday, several cars drove throughout the town and littered the city, many different neighborhoods, with horrible, vile anti-Semitic literature. This is the second time this has happened in a year and a half. I sent out a note to our community about this, and I've met with the district attorney, I've met with the police chief, and we're all trying to figure out what to do in light of the limitations of free speech protections, and it's very frustrating. It's infuriating, actually, but we're doing whatever we can to try to find the perpetrators and have there be some sort of consequence to these actions. Some of you may know there was a New York Times article about something similar that happened in Nashville on a wider scale, and this is happening all over the country, and everyone is very frustrated with the situation, and legislators are trying to figure out how to deal with this problem of free speech and hate speech, and we just hope for the best. But now is a time more than ever for Jews to come together, to be proud about being Jewish, to support the Jewish community, to come to services, to come to our programs, to help in whatever way you can. And so it's great to see those of you who are here tonight for being here on Shabbat. So I'm going to invite Shani up to the bima. And I think, Shani, your last name is Revivo, right? To light our Shabbat candles. And you can follow along on page 120 in your Sidurim. I know. Oh, we have two Israelis here.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Amen. Thank you. Since we opened with Shalom Aleichem, let's continue now on page 128 with the singing of Yedid Nefesh. I will try a melody that I know, and hopefully, unless you know a different one. And if you know it, please join me. Page 128. Yedid Nefesh av harachamon meshoch avdecha el ritzonecha yarutz avdecha kemo ayal yishtachave el mul hadarecha ya lai dai 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 ya dai 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 ya dai 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 dai. One more time. Yedid nefesh av harachamon meshoch avdecha el ritzonecha yarutz avdecha kemo ayal yishtachavel el mul hadarecha lai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 dai. Page 144, Chatzi Kaddish. You want me to do this, or you want to do it? Okay.
Sing along.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash
Rabba,
me'rabba
Bi'amal divarach yirutei v'yamlik malchutei v'chayechon yomechon u'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imaru amen. Yehei shmei mavarach l'olam amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitlamar v'yitlamam nibnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbichata v'nechemata damiram b'yamo v'imaru amen.
The Baruch Hu is on page 146. If you're able, please rise.
Lai 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 la 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 la. Barehu et Adonai hamevorach Baruch Adonai hamevorach hamevorach leolam va'ed hamevorach hamevorach leolam va'ed.
Page 149, please join me in English at the top of the page. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim.
Page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear,
Teach me Torah too,
Its mystery beckons,
yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean to struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך בביתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ומשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום. Did I miss something? Sorry about that. Where is that? אני אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. That'll teach me to read without the words.
Page 158. You know, last week, Effie, who's sitting here in the front row, gave a Devar Torah about the daughters of Tzolefachad. And even though the Torah often gets criticized for the sexism and misogyny that is in it, and there's no denying that there are problematic passages in the Torah and in the Hebrew Bible as a whole, there are also some examples of very strong women, like the daughters of Tzolefachad and like Miriam and the other Israelite women who lead the people of Israel during their journey through Sinai and lead them here with the singing of Mi Chamocha after they have crossed the Sea of Reeds when they are fleeing from Pharaoh in Egypt. So Roberta's going to lead us in Mi Chamocha, page 158.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות אוסף אלי, נורא תהילות אוסף אלי, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש.
Page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Baruch atah Adonai,
haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael,
Va'al Yerushalayim. Hashkivenu is on page 160. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Keep us God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen, 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 amen. That was even too low for me.
The Amidah is on page 164. Again, if you're able, please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufliyahi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, u'mevii geula lifnei bneihem, leman shemo be'achava. Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibur le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia. Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim ve'rofei cholim. Umatir asurim, umechayei emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha ba'gevurot, umidome lach, melech melid, umechayei, umatzliach Yeshua, v'neheman atah l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Michael HaKol. Atah kadosh, v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom l'chalul ha'selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Chen v'chesed, chen v'chesed v'rachamim. Chen v'chesed, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, v'rachamim. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael Amecha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha.
At this point in our service, we pause to think of those in need of healing on this Shabbat, healing of body, healing of spirit, and healing of heart. And we ask God to bestow the bracha, the blessing of refuah shlema, full and complete healing to the following members of our community or those known and loved by our congregation: Ilana Massey, Kevin Brackett, Michelle Camisia, Jesse Friedman, Brenda Flood, Sharon Blevis, Kirk Whitlatch, David Rabb, Kathy Rotto, Aaron Ledden, Rachel Sadek, Michaela Cohen, Diane Rotto Persile, Tracy Adams, Joan Wilmert, Kim Stevens, James Lynch, Don Copeland, Rachel Hartstein, Sally Gordon, Nancy Pollock, Donna Batdorf, Pat Shapiro, Brad Onorado, Audrey Lieberstein, Denise Robinson, Michael Blend, Alan Reed, Carla Del Porto, Judy Nystrom, Sherry Kohos, and Malka Shoshana Bat Shulamit, Yael v'Yisrael. And if anyone has a name they'd like to add to our list, please do so. The Mishaberach is on page 511.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor Avraham Imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor Avraham Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos again. So a number of years ago, at this time of year, I traveled through several islands of Hawaii. And one place in particular, an historical park on the Big Island, some of you may have been there, strikes me as especially relevant this week as we read the double Torah portion, Matot Maseh. And we'll be studying this tomorrow morning at 10:30 if you want to look at it a little bit more deeply. In old Hawaiian culture, if a person broke a taboo, betrayed a trust, harmed someone, or was a non-combatant during a time of war, they were in big trouble, regardless of whether they'd committed an actual transgression or were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Often, they only had one place to turn in order to find safety. It was called a pu'u hanua, a place of refuge. It was the ruins of one of these places of refuge that I visited during that trip. Once inside the boundaries of the pu'u hanua, nobody could touch you. No blood could be shed within its walls. The place of refuge was sacred ground, and anyone who violated its sanctity would then themselves become guilty of a great offense. While inside this safe haven, those who had committed wrongs were given a second chance, a new lease on life. They had time to offer prayers, perform rituals of contrition, and ask for forgiveness. Now, if we look back even further into our own ancient narrative of the Torah, we find a remarkably parallel tradition. In a somewhat obscure section of this week's Torah portion, in Numbers chapters 35, we find a description of Arei HaMiklat, the Israelite cities of refuge. These 6 cities of refuge, 3 were on the west side of the Jordan River, 3 were on the east, served a vital role in ancient biblical life. Like their Hawaiian counterparts, these cities were the last hope for some people, places of protection where no blood could be spilled. There were already laws, rules, and practices for atoning for sins, property disputes, and conflicts between neighbors or family members. What wasn't clear was how to deal with a situation when somebody was killed unintentionally. In that era and context of intertribal vendettas, you were as good as dead, even if the death you were responsible for was purely the result of an accident. And accidents occurred constantly in a world where work was often very physical and very dangerous. The priests and Levites would be of little help to you if someone wanted to avenge a death by coming after you to kill you as payback. Since Judaism is a religion based on justice that urges us over and over again to pursue it, it had to find a just solution to this dilemma. The Arei Miklat, the cities of refuge, were created for precisely this reason, both to save innocent lives and to try to construct a society where justice, not vengeance, was the guiding principle for its population. With the pursued and likely terrified individual safe within the confines of a sanctuary city, the wheels of justice could start to turn. Witnesses would be called, trials held, and judgments made. If the accidental death was caused by negligence or by some other transgression, then the appropriate punishment would be meted out or the proper restitution made. If the unintentional death was not the result of negligence, then no crime had truly occurred, and the innocent person could leave the city if that person chose to, and to try to start life all over again with a clean slate. The city of refuge would have saved a life. And as later Judaism teaches us, one who saves a single life is treated as one who has saved the entire world. As was the situation in native Hawaii and back in the biblical era, there are still people in the world seeking protection and shelter. There are still refugees out there in search of safe havens, refugees with broken hearts, wounded souls, and perplexed minds. We need to welcome these people. We need to create open, hospitable environments within which we make room for seeking, questioning, challenging, and evolving. Today, our synagogues and Jewish institutions must become sanctuaries, communities that are welcoming and inclusive, that open their tents as far as they can stretch. They need to become cities of refuge. The postmodern sanctuary can no longer be a mere physical structure with walls, doors, and pulpits. Rather, it should be a mode of being, a refuge for seekers and strugglers, a resting place for the restless and the weary, a shelter where personal and communal transformation is not only possible, but encouraged. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. We are going to continue on page 586 with the Aleinu. So again, if you're able, please rise.
Aleinu l'shabbat Adon HaKol, Latei Yudalai Ratzeh Bereshit, Shelo asanu kli hiratzot, Velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, Shelo sam kelchenu kachem, V'gor aleinu k'chol hamolam, V'nachnu chorim, U'mishachavim, U'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar, V'chaya Adonai, V'melech HaKol ha'aretz, V'yom hahu, V'yom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, U'shemo, U'shemo, U'shemo echad.
Please be seated. Before our announcements, I mentioned at the outset of services that this is a time of great anxiety as Jews and especially as Israelis right now. So we offer a prayer for the state of Israel and for the people of Israel that you can follow on page 552. Avinu Shebashamayim, O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Spread your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And let us all say, Amen. It is my pleasure and honor to invite to the Bima now for some important announcements. I see wrong date. Susie Krieger was last week. This week is Cynthia Cohen. So Cynthia, please come up.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Religious school registration is open. Please see the synagogue website to enroll. There will be a meeting for all religious school parents on Sunday, August 11th. The time is to be determined. CBS member-only pool days are here. Our next pool day will be Sunday, August 11th from 10 to 2. Register online to save a spot. It's a BYO event, so pack your snacks and set up camp by the pool for the day. We ask that you clean up after yourselves and obey the lifeguard. No alcoholic beverages or glass in the pool area. There will be a Torah study tomorrow morning with Rabbi Niles at 10:30. Please support CBS by joining one of our committees. As a small congregation, committee volunteers are at the heart of CBS operations. Committees include fundraising, ONIG, membership, ritual, and more. Please contact Mara Parashensky, office@cbsnapa.org, or President Eve Kahn for more information. Tikkun Olam, repair the world, expresses the value of volunteering in Judaism. We have not only the opportunity, but really the obligation to help make it better. Let's start with CBS. I'm a new board member, and I'm so thrilled to be. And our board is comprised of new members as well as former board members. We've got a great group, but we are not enough. So I'm making a personal plea to please join us. And, you know, volunteering could mean working an event or coming up with a brilliant new idea. We've done so many great things in the past, but we already have new ideas for the future. So I know we're a small group gathered here tonight, and more hopefully watching. If you're interested, please, Guy and I are on the board. We're here tonight. See us, talk to us. We hope you'll be interested, and if for any reason you can and you know someone else who might be, let us know that too. So thank you. There are still auction prizes available from the Spring Fling. Please see the temple website or contact Maxine Maluso for more information. There is information on the synagogue website about a Jewish food and wine retreat September 13 to 15 at Camp Newman in conjunction with Congregation Beth Shalom. ONIG volunteers needed for August 9th as well as August 16th. Please contact the office. We'd like to give warm wishes to this week's birthdays and anniversaries. They are birthday, Michael Blend, Sue Barish, Jonah Levinson, Luca Ong Weinreck, Oliver Meckel, Ruth Amar, Fred Goldman, Naomi Petrick, and Lila Aronson. The anniversaries are Gordon and Karen Lustig, 30 years, Julie and Scott Garian, 20 years, Shireen and Charles Lucas, 20 years, Zoe and Richard Stein, 12 years, Anna and Shaheen Shahabi, 9 years, and Stephen and Meryl Brower, 40 years. Thank you.
As we reach the end of our service, our thoughts now turn to those who are no longer with us, those who have died in seasons past, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We remember those who have died during the past 12 months. Peggy Dooley, Eddie Feld, Frankie Block, Joyce Bisberg, Jake Goldstein, David Mendelson, Nancy Jeanette, Alexander Buddy Cohen, Berna Joseph Sherman, Rabbi Lori Phillips, Pearl Shine, Jerry Mountner, Lauren Bisberg, Terry Swartz, Chava Pearl Bat Herschel Verose Gittel, Victor Lynn, Rosella Bernstein, Morris Feynman, Frank Glickman, Dee Copeland, Dr. Rodney Block, Eileen Gotkin, Eugene DePasqua, and Barbara Balick. We also remember and honor the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of Robert Blattis, Evelyn Ash, Eva de Chentnigny, Joseph E. Huckstetter, Elizabeth Levinson, Harry Sherman, Molly Greendorfer, Harold Savinar, Marjorie Hollingsworth, Adele Boots Brownstein, Sandra Stoltz, Steve Woolston, Ira Salatin, David Pinney, Nate Coyne, Josephine Novus, Shepard S. Kopp, Harry Rose, Gussie Bickoff, Michael Perlman, Paul Decker, and Abraham Solomon. And if anyone has a name they'd like to add to our list, I invite you to do so. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah be'alma divrach herotei v'yamlik malkutei b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael b'gala uvizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'alam ol me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudsha bariku le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all those in mourning and comfort to all those who are bereaved, and let us all say amen. Please be seated. We have our final song before we're going to say Kiddush and Motzi and have a wonderful oneg waiting for us. I just want to take a moment to thank Roberta Solomon for leading services with us tonight and lending your beautiful voice to help lift our prayers up high above. And hopefully this is a precedent, and maybe you'll do it again at some point. We'll see.
Happy to.
Okay, great. So thank you. So Roberta, what are we going to close with tonight?
We're going to close with Oseh Shalom, which should be on page 647. Okay. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael. Ve'akol Yevshet.
Okay.
Short but sweet.
Short and sweet. Please rise. This is also short and sweet. Please join me in the Kiddush, the short version of it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Ah, I can tell it's buttercream.
It is buttercream. It's better than what we usually get.
You used to get much better.
Good, okay.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'tei avon.
Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat
everyone.
shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.